Okay, let's go ahead and get started there, everybody. Welcome back to um, um, another Strange Road Gym stream. I'm your host, Strange Road Gym, as you can tell, and we're going to be doing a extended Pega certification stream today. Um, because this is going to be dealing with the exercise in question. Okay, and that one is going to be, uh, they projected at 3 hours, and the fact that it's going to be covering everything that we've ever done concerning the you know, system architect. Um, it's going to be pretty lengthy. It's going to be pretty rough. And, I hope that I'll be able to get through it all. But for now, we'll see what we can do. Um, Now, for if you've never clicked on any of these videos in the past before, we are basically at the end of the system architect studying journey right at this moment in time, or getting close to the end, I should say. Um, After which, who knows what I'll do? Will I move on to trying to study for, um, the senior level? I mean, there are, multiple different certifications for, you know, the system architect. I could try to start working on the senior system architect. Um, um, Personally, I'd like to do it while on the job, you know, have a company that is willing to support me in that, than me just doing this on my own. But um, we'll see what happens. But the main goal for me is trying to get my certification in system architect. The last job that a little bit about me, just to let you know, I'm currently an unemployed software developer whose last job was working with the Pega environment. Me and several others, like about 20 or so peers, we were given an authorized training partner to, learn about the Pega environment. However, a lot of us were not happy with the instructions. We were really having some difficult times with the instructor. Um, our you know the instructor's coworkers knew about it. We voiced our concerns to them. They even saw it firsthand themselves that the instructor was had some problems, and nothing came about from it. We there was a number of us that was asking to be put back into another training cycle, um, with a different instructor so that we could learn Pega properly, and that was denied. So we were basically pushed out into contract jobs, and well, um, yeah, it was, I felt that it was kind of a mistake on their part, in my opinion. That if they were very focused on quality of their workers, they would have heard our concerns and, you know, asked for, told us, okay, no problem, we'll put you back in, and we'll work on getting you that additional training cycle. But they didn't do that. The one and only time that I did take my certification, I knew that I was not ready for it. I had not gone through my personal self-study through all the topics to know everything that there was to know about it. So, you know, when I did, you know, take the certification exam, the passing score was 65%, and well, I missed six more questions than the you know, the maximum necessary to get that 65%. So eventually, I got like a 59% or something like that or so. But I knew that I wasn't gonna pass. There was too much for me to um, that I had not covered concerning the certifications. So I don't know. Um, I'd hoped that I could have, you know, passed it. Well, in some ways, I hoped that I could have passed it, so that, I would have had the certification. I could put it on my resume, and I wouldn't really have any problems with um, finding work. But at the same time, the um, you know, the fact that I didn't pass it was not too much of a surprise for me. So, hey there, lucky gamers, how you doing? Are you the same person? You have no beard here? Yeah, I'm. This is me, man. This is me, same person. I wanted to kind of clean myself up for I needed to do a short video about Warframe, but so I kind of cleaned myself up a little bit. So, um, didn't want to be all shaggy and all that kind of stuff, for relatively serious video. So, um, but the so I did not pass my certification. I knew that I wasn't going to pass it. But they pushed me out into a contract job anyway after that, and well, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more mentorship when I got to the job, but I didn't get that either. Um, so most I got was pretty much, hey, if you have questions, we'll answer them, but that's it, and that's not a mentorship. Um, so um, Now, it still fell upon me to try to get the certification myself, but I did not do it. Okay, so the blame stops here. Okay, yeah, at the very end of the day, the blame still falls on me. So I will take that blame. Okay, I should have continued my self-study. I should have continued working through trying to work on studying enough to get the certification, and I did not do that. So that's on me. But that's what these videos are all about. I'm going through the entire Pega Academy again in the hopes of learning everything that I can this time around, so that when I take the certification exam using my own money, then I will pass it, hopefully with flying colors, but and that's not always the case. Um, and I will have my certification to put on my resume to start applying for some Pega's system architect jobs without any concerns, you know, because most jobs would be basically asking for that certification. That's a given. So, um, I'm not an authorized training partner. This is not meant for an instructor-led training. So if you're trying to study for the Pega environment certification yourself, I'm sorry to say, but I'm right there with you. So, but if you have any kind of questions, feel free to ask them anyway, because if I don't have the answer for them, I know people that might, or that are veterans, so they would most likely be able to answer your questions, anyway. So don't be afraid to ask any kind of questions when it comes to the Pega environment, Pega certification, so on and so forth. I will do my best to answer them myself. If I can't answer them, well, like I said, I'll find out. I'll find the, I'll ask my past coworkers about that. Now, like I said, we're getting close to the end for the system architect. Okay. We have two more, um, I guess you might say, topics to do for the system architect. And once those are done, we're done. We don't have anything more to cover in the mission system architect anymore. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay. There is the newest 23 out there, but most likely they're not going to change too much. Okay. They're not going to be, I mean, they might introduce new features and whatnot, but a lot of the environment hasn't really changed all that much. So they may change keywords like they have in the past, but for the most part, it's not going to be changed too much. Obviously there will be some. I can't say, oh yeah, it's there's not going to be any changes. No, there will be those occasional changes. Matter of fact, some of them came from myself. I asked them to address some of the problems on their topics, and they've put notes out to try to fix those issues. So maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't really know. If you're studying the 23, then or anything later, then maybe some of those changes came from what I gave in my past videos. Still, I would recommend that you still go through those videos and study along with me because even if, you know, even, even though I'm studying the 8.7 right at this moment in time, does not mean that you're never going to see anybody with 8.7. Okay. There might be, coworkers that have the 8.7 certification, and therefore they're going to be talking about, material that you might have learned as a different keyword or something along those lines. Okay, so be flexible along those lines. Okay, so now the business architect is done. Okay, we've already covered everything that there is to cover with the business architect. The two missions and two modules, they're completely done. They're, don't have any problems with those whatsoever. Those that's in my playlist, so feel free to check that out if you'd like to. If you'd like, um, it's in order, so start at the very first mission, go all the way through. Second mission, go all the way through, and then the last two modules. It's all pretty much in order, you know, based off of 8.7. So obviously there might be some changes here and there. You'll have to deal with that, if you are, studying 23 or above. Okay. Um, but just know that these two modules are supposed to be covering the Pega Express delivery. I'm not going to cover the Pega Express delivery because I don't really want to get a business architect certification. My main focus is getting the system architect certification. That's where my interest lies. That's where my main focus is going to be. So I don't really have any interest in covering the Pega Express delivery and studying that. Um, so if you're going for the business architect, study the Pega Express delivery for your own benefit for the certification test for the business architect because I don't feel like these two modules covers enough. So, hey there, Cameron, how you doing? Yep, I did a little bit of shave and clean up myself. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into the system architect mission here. Like I said, we only have two more to go. Um, Now, there is the one challenge that I've not gotten an answer for yet, localizing UI form. I've not received any kind of response to that yet, which is kind of unfortunate because um, I was hoping that they would have replied back to me concerning this one and addressed my concerns about it because as it stands right now, there's nothing I can do about it. So unless they've recently fixed it and haven't let me know, then okay. But to my knowledge, it's still a broken challenge. Now, I may have to go in here and just basically click this challenge is done. I've done all that I can to make it work, you know, um, but I don't want to click that yet. So the last two things that we're gonna be doing here, you know, the mission exercise today, which is the system architect mission exercise, which basically tells us, hey, we're gonna be taking a challenge to do the extreme. Okay, they're not going to give us a step-by-step process for the mission exercise. You're going to have to remember how to go about doing it yourself. And well, with everything that they've covered, including the past two missions here, that is a lot of material for us to remember. Okay, so the likelihood of me looking at the video in it is pretty high, I would imagine. So tomorrow we will cover the mission test, the system architect mission test, and hope that we will get a passing score of 80 or above. Um, but here's the thing. With the mission test, it will be very much, like the module quiz here, in that they will give us a question that we most likely have seen before, and we will get feedback right then and there about whether or not that question is answered correctly or not. And you're not going to be getting that on the certification test. Okay, so bear in mind that when you answer a question here in this mission test, um, if you get it wrong, you got it wrong. And obviously, you'll want to try to get above that 65% in the certification. But, if you're not passing this 80%, then we'll definitely need to go back and cover it. I will probably need to go back and cover um, the topics that I missed on here. Okay. So, um, you know, but there's going to be mock exams and additional studies after we get done with the mission test. Okay, this is not going to be the exact end. Um, I'll let you know when I'm pretty much done studying. I have set up for a certification, um, set up for a certification exam, and I'll, keep you updated along those lines. Okay, but for right now, our main objectives is getting through the system architect mission exercise today. So we have 15 tasks, 3 hours to do it in, so we don't really have a whole lot of time. So let's get started. There's probably not going to be too much talking during this. I can't really, um, the previous mission exercises, um, up here above, um, you know, the it was a little difficult trying to get through every task that they gave, without, them giving like the proper steps and stuff like that. So trying to remember exactly, you know, where to set everything up properly, in the way that they want you to go about doing it. I'm probably gonna have some struggles here or there because I mean it's been a long time since I've started the low code app builder, so but we're finally at the end. So let's get started. Okay, so scenario: tourist car rentals, and TCR is a small rental car company that serves customers vacationing on selected various island locations. With significant growth in the business, TCR needs to streamline its rental reservation process. TCR wants to offer a digital experience in which customers can log in, sign up for a new account, and reserve a vehicle for their vacation. To complete a rental reservation process, the customer logs in to or creates a new account with TCR. Customer selects the vehicle and then confirms the reservation. Customer receives an email which confirms the selections made during the process. The customer receives a survey email after returning the rental vehicle to complete the vehicle reservation process. The product development team defined the scope for a minimal level product MLP, which adds critical business value for the first release. Some integrations are deferred to incremental releases to accomplish this release. The implementation team will follow the Scrum method and work on the list of user stories that define MLP. As part of the development team that implements the vehicle reservation application, you need to configure the functionality in the rental reservation and vehicle rental case types. A peer developer has created the rental reservation case type, has set case statuses, and added step instructions. The user stories below describe the work that is assigned to you, which you must complete before releasing the application. The following table provides the credentials that you need to complete the mission exercise. So here's the standard password. We got the author @tourist on this one. Caution: some auto-grading validations are interdependent and require an exact match to a class or object name. To detect errors early and reduce time to debug, validate configurations after completing each user story. At the bottom of the page, click Verify Mission Exercise to test your configurations to confirm that features function as defined by the user story acceptance criteria. You must initialize your own Pega instance, blah, blah, blah. So let's get started. I didn't want to click on that early because I don't know when they will, start the 3-hour mark. Did they start it just now while we were reading through all that, or just now as, when I just started up the instance? Hard to say. Normally, here's the mission exercise solution. They include that on every single task. So if I don't know exactly what they're doing or talking about here, then I will need to then I will look through the mission exercise solution in order to resolve that. But I'm going to try not to do that though, so just bear that in mind, okay? And this is going to be a long process, so be prepared. Okay, I'm going to be looking at the vehicle rental case type more often than not, so I'm going to go ahead and move this off to another, the instructions off to another window, by the way. So author at tourist. Trying to arrange it so that I can kind of see everything that I can see. I have to wait until it comes up on the landing page. Still not done. There it goes. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go to the collect customer information. Wait. Okay. Well, let's try rental reservation. I'm looking for the collect customer information step. Otherwise, I have to create one. Come on. Okay, there it is. Okay, so um, uh, where was it for validations? There it is. Fields. Customer expiration date. Um, is after. Ooh, no, I don't need it after that. I need um, right. Okay. Um, error message. Okay. Let's see. Password field. Um, let's see. Um, let's see. Hmm. not quite sure how to go about um, the password here being at least 8 characters long and masked. Um, let's see. I mean, is not empty doesn't do anything there, so that's why I'm kind of thinking doing um, contains, but I need it to be more of a condition than anything else. Hmm. I don't know how to go about that. Um, Off the top of my head again. So maybe I need to put it under a win condition. Um, um, Probably same thing with this one. Let's see, time period. Um, no, that doesn't really work. No, no. I have a funny feeling that I'm gonna need to do instead of um, just like fields, I'm gonna need to do like win conditions, I think. Then again, maybe not. Nope, that's not gonna be good. Okay. Already I'm kind of struggling on this. This is kind of unfortunate. Configure view, yeah. Validations, right. I mean, I kind of skip forward a little bit. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's looking like I'm already messing up pretty bad because wait, hold on. They messed up on their video. They're saying expiration date is before today. You don't want the expiration date to be before the day. the expiration date must be in the future. It has to be after today. It's like, oh my God, they already messed up on their video. My God. Okay, well, this is something that, you know, um, they showed that, hey, this is all you needed to do concerning the App Studio. Personally, I would love to have, if they'd done, a little bit more validation steps that you could, like some conditional validation steps in the App Studio, but no, apparently you need to go to Dev Studio. And we have to get to a specific location in this particular case. Um, okay. Wait a second. What are they doing on this one? Oh, okay. They somehow went inside here and they went to login credentials. And that's where they did this one, maybe? Yeah, maybe not. Visibility is oh wait, no, that's always presentation. Oh gosh. And this is the reason why I really want them to kind of continue um, um, hitting you with these topics, with these processes over and over and over again, because this is um, can't remember. Wait, what? Wait, how are they confirming the password is not? Okay, there's the password, right? They go to change. Gotcha. They select the password. Okay. Presentation. Okay. Minimum characters 8. Okay. Then they click submit. And that's it. They don't do anything concerning the mast. Oh, because they use password control, which hides the password by default. Okay. So because they did the change to the password here, it's automatically set. I see. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So then they went to process, they went to um, flow action. Or at least I think it was flow action. Hold on. Yeah, flow action. Then you go to validation. They already have collect customer information there, so so customer, date of birth, and then they want us to use the following function. Okay, and that should do. And then they just said, you know, let's confirm that. Okay, let's see. if I do something like today, actually, hold on, let me do yesterday. I'm only needing to validate the expiration date, the password, and the actually let me make sure that we'll set it in past as well. And then the credentials, blah, and then blah. Um, okay, I did not have an error message, and I don't remember them putting in the error message into their video here. So where did they put the error message in concerning the I'm already struggling already on this there, folks. That's not great. Ah, there's the message. I missed that one. Okay. Close that tab. Um, Edit. Here's that message. There. Submit. Save. Alright, now let me try that again. Date of birth. There. Submit. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and put, um, you know, wow, okay. Um, 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 I can't go further back than this. Okay, we're having some issues here. Uh, that that control right there is fucking up. Okay, well, cancel. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, we're gonna pick that. Wait. Oh, that's why you have the before. That's weird. That's a weird way of going about doing it. Okay, well, whatever. Still having some issues with that. Okay, the password didn't get saved there, so that's a little messed up. Um, why isn't it causing a problem here? Hmm. God damn it, man. I did that though, that's the thing. What's going on here? And they're not even using the, well, I guess it's system generated, so I guess they don't really care too much about that. So okay. Fuck. I talked about them about this in the past, how this is irritating here. The fact that, as a, switching over to Dev Studio should give you full access to what you've done in the past concerning the, oh, what the fuck? Okay. Well, I really don't like the fact that, I'm having this problem. Oh, wait, I got a call coming in there, folks. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. I had a call from my old company that I used to work with saying, hey, I have an on-site job for you. I'm like, I don't have any transportation to do on-site there, guys. You know, I you know, okay. Well, needless to say, I'm already struggling on getting past the 3 hours here. So they're probably going to shut this down on me here pretty soon if I'm not careful. So this might take. I might need to kind of use this as a kind of a learning process and then try to attempt it tomorrow. Or try to go full steam tomorrow. So, um, optional ungraded by default. The range of the calendar controls is 10 years, which is stupid. They should not have that. To meet this validation, disable both the next and previous checkboxes in the presentation tab and date of birth field. So, um, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and close this down. Um, we're going to go ahead and reset the instance because it was blocking me from getting back into the expiration date field again, saying, oh hey, you can't go there. It's like, I'm sorry, what? What do you mean? I've seen it before. I think I've, complained about that in the past. I've sent them a problem request about that, or, I sent them an email suggestion about that because that has kind of been a problem with Pega in the past, where it's like, okay, I just set that up. You guys aren't allowing me to redo or change this after the fact, and that's a problem. That's not ideal. So, um, and once again, this is another one of those the thought lines of, yeah, if you're not working on this, you know, constantly, you know, doing these kind of steps on a regular basis, then you're not going to remember them by the time um, you get to work. So, the fact that they don't like reinforce these steps over and over and over again in their challenge is something that I really don't like. I really wish that they would kind of reinforce some of these steps that they do, even if it's just a little bit. Like take one of these options and redo it for one of their tests or something like that to kind of reinforce, what you're doing on it. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and move this again. Um, okay. There it is. That one. There we go. They just concerning these challenges, they do the one and done. You know, they show it to you once and that's it. And even then, they don't show you everything either. And when you get to the challenge, these major exercises, it's like, okay, well, now you're dealing with other, um, you might have touched upon this a little bit in, um, prior concerning, um, you know, the fact that, you only touch upon it once, or, maybe talked about it briefly, like, hey, here's the steps on how to go about doing it, but you don't actually show it. It's like, come on, um, you know, it'd be nice to have just a little bit more there, in my opinion. Okay, so we're gonna get to validations and a condition. Fields, customer, expiration date. They say is before, and then time period, value today. Um, um, and here's why I'm thrown off by it on occasion is because you know I look at this and I think, okay, this, you know um, I look at like an if statement, right? You know, um, but I guess at the same time it's like, if this is before today, then I guess it would trigger that error. Okay, makes sense. I just throws me off sometimes. Okay, let me see. Hmm. As soon as I save it, still get to that, which is weird. Okay, as soon as I switch over to Dev Studio, just in case, I wanna kind of go back to the rental reservation here because I'm, like here, configure view. Now I'm not having any kind of issue with the configure view or anything along those lines, which is very odd. Alright, so we're going to go to app. We're going to go to rental. We're going to go to user interface, section. Oops. Wrong one. We want that one. We can go and close down section. We don't need it. Okay. There's that. Login credentials. Change the password. Change the password. There we go. Presentation, minimum characters, 8. Submit. And because it changed right there, then we're pretty much good. Now, flow action. Validation. Clean up this. Add a new one. Customer. And date of birth. Okay. Expression evaluates true. And then we copy this, the instructions for doing the date. And we put down the message here. And submit. There we go. Save that. And then we should be good. All right. Date of birth. Expiration date. And login credentials. It's not giving me a problem with the password. I mean, they're setting the minimum characters to 8. And that's what I'm doing, minimum characters to 8. So what am I missing here? It's not handling the password. The password isn't being set. Maybe I need to save all the customer information. Okay, let's try this again. Advance the case. No worries there, Cameron. I'm just kind of focused on trying to do the trying to focus on trying to get this part fixed, and it's not. Okay, there it goes. So blah blah. Okay, right. That should be 19. And the date should be in the future. So click submit, and there we go. Okay, finally. So that's all working properly now. So, um, so we can just go ahead and verify the mission exercise, and it should be, everything should wind up perfectly fine now. Okay, let me go ahead and set up, um, the system architect page here so that I can just kind of show you all that we validated in the past. So now we're going to move on to the second one. So, okay, so as a customer, I want to save my account information to a system record so that my account information can be retrieved for future rentals. Source the savable rental customer data page from a data transform, create a new data transform, name save new customer that copies information from the customer data object to the data page. And create new customer process, add a save data page automation step, named save new customer after the verify new customer approval step. Save new customer step, select the auto populate property option by using the customer property. Persist customer data from the collect customer information step in customer data source by using a savable data page. In this use case, you can enter any PY GUID parameter value such as new customer. It will have no impact as it is a new record. Okay, so okay, it's been a minute since I've done this again. I'm trying to remember how to do this again. It's been too long. Okay, create a new data transform name, save new customer that copies information from the customer data object to the data page. Um, no. Hmm. Oh gosh. Data page. Let's see. Save new customer. Okay, maybe we'll do create and open. Um, let's see. Okay, I again, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up the mission exercise on this one there, folks. Okay. Well, already I'm failing on this one. Started out in App Studio. Why? Of course. Fine. Okay. We'll go back to App Studio. Yes, apparently that's where we need to kind of go to. Um, our view. Want me to go to data. And click on rental customer. Okay. Savable rental customer. They say open in Dev Studio. So they are going down to here. Data transform. And I'm assuming that they're going to be putting in the save new customer. Yep. Although with their, they have it with like, a very, instead of having it this way, they did it this way in their video, and it's like, if you're gonna have like that specific style name, then and use that specific style name if you're giving us directions on it. But whatever. Okay. Um. Wait. What the heck happened there? Data transform. Oh, come on, damn it. Okay, they click on the data transform and they do the create and open. Okay. Okay. So I'm assuming create new customer. No, this is concerning the in the new customer process, the save data page. So so that's concerning the case type itself, not the not our values here at this moment in time. So um, hmm, right. They're going to pages and classes and they're adding in values there, which they're not even addressing in the steps in this. They have PY work page name is pointing to tour car rentals work rental reservation, and then the rental customer savable to pointing to class tour car rentals data rental customer. They're not even saying any of that in the description. And that's why I feel like these descriptions aren't really that helpful in some cases. Uh, okay. Um, well, if I have to follow their steps, I have to follow their steps. Although, once again, there's times where I really wish that there was a little bit more like explanation or a little bit more in terms of like, hey, um, this is one of those reasons why it's like the um, I think that's the one that I need to go with. No, it's work rental reservation. The car rentals data rental customer is the second one. Work rental reservation. Data rental customer. Data rental customer. Okay. And what was the page name? D underscore rental customer savable, which they don't even address either. D underscore. Okay, well, actually it might be rental customer savable, customer savable, customer savable, customer savable. Okay. update page. And what page are you updating there? The rental customer savable again. Okay. Again, it's not even something that they didn't even address the target name up above there, folks. I could have named it anything, but because they didn't specify that, I feel that's an oversight on their part. So, but at the same time, they're saying that any PYGUID parameter value, such as new customer, is is fine. And I'm assuming that's what they're talking about here. Um, but I don't know. Okay, there's my work page customer. Okay. So with values from UI work page customer. Holy shit. Okay. They're doing a lot of sets on this one. Okay, this might take a little bit. Um, give me a minute. Let me. Okay, I'm a little irritated that they don't have the what the hell? Oh, right. You know, that first name kind of being shown like automatically. Like if I, hit down, it's like nice if I could just kind of do, you know, there. Finally, it's learning what I'm kind of looking for. We're doing this for 14, so hang in there. There's a lot here. Go. Shit. Okay. Go. What the keyboard commands for adding a new row is. Not really showing it to you, so. Go. That, and last one is password. There we go. Alright. I go to save it. I save that. Interesting. Wait, why do I have a period there? I don't know. It's a little weird. Okay. Then they do this for some reason. Again, I'm not quite sure exactly why they go about doing that. Okay. Let's see. This was concerning the save data page. Oh boy. Uh-huh. So they changed it to save new customer. Use associate property. Customer. Okay. Go inside here. Where's the data page? Oh, I went a little too fast on the exercise video there. Okay, so they basically said, hey, here's the new customer. Which, again, you know, they're using like data pages that hasn't even been talked about prior. So it's like, okay, guys. I move it up here. Save. Save and run. They're putting in a lot of information here. Okay. So, Thomas. I'm assuming that we're probably gonna need to do the date of birth because um, as we've set that up previously. So expiration date there, login credentials. Okay. Okay, Google, shut up. Okay, they went to data types, clicked on that, and there it is. Now, it's a little rough for them to be kind of showing the password here. I, in some cases, um, you'd have to be really careful about showing passwords off, even to your workers. Like, some people inside even the organization shouldn't necessarily be able to see passwords and the like. So this isn't exactly great. Um, so, but I guess that is it for that, huh? Okay. Um, so if I verify that, okay. So, um, just to kind of show you what I'm looking at right at this moment in time. So, um, we did the first one. That's already done. It's already added, and then of course we have this second one here. So, unfortunately, I was pretty much following their steps, you know, using their mission exercise here because They did not supply enough description, in my opinion, concerning all that they wanted to do based off of the video that they showed on here. For those of you that are kind of curious, like like all of this here, you know, is not something um, that they even addressed here, really. You know, like I don't know all the customer data, you know, in the second step at all. They're not, they're not even talking about the customer data at all on this, and that's, how am I supposed to know what all I need to transfer from one to another? They're not giving me enough information in this particular case to really make a good judgment call on that. Or at least, in my opinion, you know, it doesn't feel like they're really giving a lot here for me to really make any good, um, clear distinctions on this. Um, you know, um, the other one was, the general warnings. It's like, are you really clear about doing that? Um, you know, and then, this process here, um, using the rental customer savable, that was never really addressed prior. So it's like, it's one of these things where it's like, it doesn't feel like they're really doing that much to really help you out on these tasks. They're just kind of giving you really, really bare minimum. And even then, it's like, um, I'd probably be going to my manager and going, okay, what all do you need me to add into this? You know, um, what kind of naming conventions should I use? Um, what should you expect to see when you want, that particular name? There's certain things where it's like, you know, sure, um, it might be expected of me to kind of know this at some point in time, but for a brand new worker, you gotta kind of give them a little bit of restrictions on what you want to see from them. You kind of need to guide them down a certain path on where you want them to handle certain things. So that's why it's like that second one was a disaster in my opinion along those lines. You're giving a little too much wiggle room for a new hire in my opinion as to what they can use in the naming convention. Because bear in mind, if someone has to come back and, edit that information later, then they're going to be up a creek, right? Because, who knows what you named it, you know? You could have named it, um, Chicago account or something like some crap like that, or whatever. And they would have been like, why did you name it that way? Well, you didn't tell me anything else, so I'm just gonna put something random in there or whatever. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, maybe a little bit more control on what do you guys want on this is helpful. So, especially for a new hire, especially for someone that has not had their certification that long. Make sure that, if you're a manager or lead, you're kind of keeping an eye on them a little bit, you know? So, making sure what they're changing, what they're doing, that kind of that jazz. So, okay, so we're moving on. As a representative for new accounts, I want to approve or reject new accounts based on the driver's license information of the applicant so that approved customers have a valid license. Route the verify new customer step to the account approvals work queue. Okay. Let's close all these down. Um, let's see, case type, rental reservation, verify new customer. We're writing it to work queue of account approvals. There we go. Configure the verify new customer view to display the collect customer information views read only. I don't know if that's the view that they're referring to here. Or maybe I need to add the collect customer information. So we need to add field. Um, customer information. Oh, what just happened there? That was weird. Okay. Net. It's read only. Add widget to the dashboard to display the work list of the account approvals for queue. Let's see if I might be screwing things up here a little bit, so. Um, Okay, hold on. I need to see their steps here because yeah, they're currently in App Studio right at this moment in time. They're selecting the verify. They're changing the work queue. They're putting in the account approvals, right? They do the configure view, right? Oh, they're adding in the collect customer information view. So this isn't what we need. We need the view for the collect customer information. Let me set that to read only. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Now I think I know what they're trying to do here. So they do this save and run. Oh wait, hold on. No, that's not it. Oh wait, they're still in App Studio. So let's verify that everything is perfectly fine here. Yep, it's fine. And they do the preview. They go to the dashboard. And let's see. They add in the widgets. Um, let's see. Let me add it into slot 2 there of the account approvals work queue. Which means I need work queues. Although I don't think they're wanting me to do work queues directly, right? Hold on, let's see what they pick on this. Add widgets, right? Oh, they went work list, not work queue. Gotcha. Okay, so it's not work queue. They wanted work list. There we go. And they need to display work from work groups work maybe? What are you doing here? What are they showing? Other work queues work. Other work queues work. Huh, okay, weird. Okay. I mean, they then like moved it up above the report widget, but I mean, it's like, okay, why? You know. Um, Now, did they do a publish default or did they just do a publish? They just did a publish. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Are we verified on the mission exercise? Yeah, it looks that way. Let me show you. So this is the most recent one. There we go. So I'm still making some mistakes there, folks. And obviously when you're on the job, you know, you you know, in some ways, expecting your workers to have all these steps memorized, it feels a bit weird. Feels like it's like, okay, well, um, there's a lot of information going on with the Pega platform, so it's like, um, so to expect someone to have everything knowledge, ready to go, like, oh yeah, I know exactly where to go here, 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 here. It's like, I don't know. Personally, I don't know if that's really something that you should be expecting your employees to know. But, then again, I haven't been in the industry long enough to really give a clear distinction one way or another about that either. You know, so I can't really say. So, uh, next step here. Let's go ahead and go back here. Um, exit the preview. Um, let's just go back to overview here. Okay, so as a customer, I want to register for a new account or provide my login credentials if I already have an account so that I can authenticate myself to the rental reservation application. Configure the login view with three fields: enroll, username, password. Enroll is a Boolean field. Ensure that the value that is entered in the password field is masked so that others cannot view the data. Configure a visibility condition on the username and password fields so that fields are visible when the enroll checkbox is not selected. Okay. Um, so no, 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 those don't have the views that I'm looking for. Dev Studio doesn't have the views, do they? No, I don't think they do. let's see. I'll go here, configure the view. There we go. So we have 3 fields. So first one is a Boolean field for enroll. God damn it. I don't know what's going on with their with that, but okay. Let's see. Let's see, we got username. Gotta sneeze, pardon me. Oh yeah. Um, let's see. I guess they don't really give you, the conditions or the type for the username and password, which is again one of those things where it's like, you guys really should probably do that, but okay. Let's see. Um, okay. The um, you know, making sure that the password is visible is obviously something that we'll have to kind of do a little bit later. Um, let's see. Um, wait. Hmm, what the hell? What the fuck is going on here? come on. Boolean, submit. Okay, why aren't you showing it to me then there? Pega? Uh, this sometimes frustrates me sometimes. Okay, let's look up their video here. All right, they're adding in the field. They're doing the enroll. Gotcha. Changing it to Boolean. Gotcha. That's min add. Okay. The Okay, so it looks like they got it all kind of in. So they hit submit. Okay, I don't know what's going on there, but they kind of switch over to Dev Studio. They go to App, Retail, User Interface. And they're not showing. They're not showing the login. Section, and they select login. And it's like, okay, that's okay. So login isn't even being recorded here anymore, or at all. And I don't know what's going on here. It's not. It's not even saving the fields on here, or it's not displaying the fields that I just saved at all on this. It glitched out, so okay. You know what? Um, I'm gonna have to do this again tomorrow. I'm running short on time on this one. Um, so yeah, I barely even touched I barely touched the the tasks here. I've only gone through 3 of them, and that's unfortunate in all this time. And they want me to get this all done in 3 hours. Oh my god. Um, this is one of the reasons why I typically recommend having a lot of challenges that kind of reinforce previous knowledge. You know, you know, not only, it's one of those things where it's like, um, here, let me switch over to the other page here so you guys can kind of see what I'm kind of talking about here. So like, okay, so we've got through 3 of them. Great. Okay, we're on the fourth. It's already glitched out on me, so I'm gonna have to restart this and try this again. I'll do it again tomorrow. Okay, the problem is that I have with this is the fact that a lot of this should be pretty much second nature to me. Okay, at this particular stage, it should be something where I'm like, you know, I know exactly what they're asking, and I'm trying to do it almost automatically, or at least that would probably be the expectation of what they're looking for, for someone that is brand new for system architect, right? But here's where, that's the reason why I often find their system architect or their challenges lacking in the fact that they do a lot of they tell you like, oh yeah, you need to kind of go and do these particular steps and stuff like that. But it's like, well, give us a chance, go back through some of the old tasks that were there that we had to do to reinforce what we learned in the past. It doesn't have to take, you don't have to, you don't need much, you know, just a little here and there, just enough to kind of keep it fresh in our mind, you know. Um, so otherwise we would have to do it ourselves, and it's like, well, um, this is a lot of challenges though. That's the problem. Okay, there's a lot of information that's here, and they're trying to basically say, hey, this mission exercise, you need to go through everything that you've ever learned and basically do a challenge without any like distinct steps to it. And it's like, I don't know. I I, I do kind of wish that they had a little bit, more in terms of the um, kind of reinforcing the past challenges. Okay, they're not really doing that, and that's why I feel mission exercise is really difficult to do in my mind because, like in this particular case, it's going through everything, you know, all this information here, including the low code app builder and low code app builder extended. It's going through everything there, folks. And if you're not working on, if you're not like redoing these challenges over and over and over again, then you better hope that you have, really strong memory to kind of um, get through the exercise itself. So, um, and on the other, and and on one hand, it's also kind of difficult in that um, the the challenge itself is basically saying, hey, here's the steps that you have to follow precisely to get, from point A to point B. They're not, um, the way they do the challenges versus the way they do the missions exercise is two different processes, two different ways of going about trying to teach, right? The challenges are basically handholding. They're basically saying, okay, you have to follow step A, step B, step C, all the way through Z, and you're done. Yay, congratulations, blah, 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 right? Whereas, the mission exercise is, okay, step A, we're only going to give you this little bit of information for you to try to figure out how to go about doing it. So it's and even then, these challenges don't really cover some of the things that they want you to go through on occasion. So it's like, you know, um, like for example, the fact that, the in the system architect step for number two here, the fact that you don't have some of the defined names that they want you to kind of go through, which tomorrow I'm probably going to have to go back through that again and go ahead and set that all up. So I'm just going to go ahead and reset the instance and kind of call it a day on this one there, folks. This has been already 2.5 hours of me just kind of struggling through this. I mean, I kind of did it to myself in that, um, I I personally have not been able to, I haven't prepped myself, through the challenges, you know. In some ways, I've been saying, hey, go back through the challenges, and well, I haven't really been following my advice now, have I? Um, you know, but in some cases, I often talk about how, people should, um, see me as, what not to do in cases. So, oh well. That's going to be it for our Pega certification study session for today. I'm going to go ahead and close on down. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of, um, well, I'm going to switch on over. Um, I'll go ahead and put this up, but again, this should be a warning to anybody that, hey, you know, put in the work to be able to get through this cleanly, you know. Um, you should, if you can look at the instructions that they're asking you to do and get through it without any, without having to look at that, those videos, then I think you're pretty good, you know. You're doing pretty well for yourself. I'm probably not going to be there. Um, you know, which maybe I should ask my friend if they've, if they ever had to go through the academy and if they kind of struggled on the exercises. Mm. I'll send them a message at some point and see what they had to say about that. But we're gonna go ahead and switch on over. I want to thank you all for joining me on this, well, rough session of the Pega certification studies, as always. I want to thank you all for joining me on that. Check out the description for more um, social media links, links that help me out, links that might help you out, and so on and so forth. Like and subscribe would be wonderful, would help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Would love the support. I want to thank Cameron and Lucky for joining me on this portion of the video. And that's going to be it for that. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully I catch you next time. But until then, take care. Have a good night. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And I'll catch you strangers next time.